Yo guys, what is going on? We're back to another video now. Tonight I decided I would do a Q&A. Obviously it's been a while since I did Q&As. They normally just take place on a Monday, but because things kind of got in the way, I thought to myself, well, why don't I do one tonight based on this season? Well, or should I say the season that's just gone? Because I was just going to do an ordinary video talking about it, but I thought it'd be a bit more fun for you guys to kind of ask some questions and me answer them, and based on this season about signings and whatnot, signs that could come in, players that maybe need to go. And I thought, why not just do a video on it? So I've got a load of questions here in front of me, which you guys have actually sent in off Instagram. Two of my Instagram is the link below, down in the comment section down below. So, I mean, or should I say, inside the description. So go over there, drop me a follow. And like I say, the next Q&A, your question will be answered. But like I say, the first one comes in from Jamie Bailey, and he asks me, your dream championship 11. Now, this one I should have thought of before I opened the camera up. But like I say, my dream championship 11, in goal, do you know what, I'd probably stick with Randolph. I know there's a lot of fantastic goalkeepers like Johnston from obviously Aston Villa. You know, I mean, that's just one of the ones that I do like. But like I say, I'll probably stick with Randolph in goal. I mean, he's been pretty solid for Middlesbrough this season. So yeah, I'll stick with Randolph in goal. My back four, probably have Ryan Fredericks from Fulham. Obviously, he was on loan at Middlesbrough once. I would have him at right back. I think he's been solid for Fulham this season. Centre backs, I would probably have Ayala in there. I would also have Connor Cody from Wolves, even though he's been promoted. But yeah, I know. Well, at this present time, until it officially gets announced, the Arsenal Championship team. But yeah, I'll go Connor Cody next to Ayala. A left back. Do you know what? I'll go Sessegnon. I know he can play left mid, left wing. I'll go Sessegnon with my left back in the 4-4-2 formation. And we'll go to midfield. So I'll go my right mid. It would have to probably be Adama Traore. It has to be him, just for his pace. My centre mids would be. Let me try and think of this now. My centre mids. Rolls from Cardiff is a decent player. I like him a lot. He might fit in there. Neves is there from what? I'll probably go Neves, a centre mid. Alongside him would be, you know, probably. So I get more Besic in my head, even though he's not Championship players. I'm not going to technically take him, but I'd have Ruben Neves. I would probably have there. I would have Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish would be next to him. And on the left, I would take probably Albert Adoma. I know he can play right or left. I take Albert Adoma on my left. And my strikers would be. I'm trying to think who I want in the striker in my Championship best 11. Mitrovic from Fulham again. I know there's quite a lot of Fulham players in this team. Mitrovic, and alongside him, I would probably go for. Who would I go for next to him? Do you know what? I don't know who I want alongside Mitrovic. I certainly don't want Bamford or something longer there. I say, who would I want alongside him? I don't know. I mean, there's quite a lot of decent strikers in the Championship. You know, I mean, even in the midfield, obviously in the midfield I would have took Maddison, but I say I think Jack Grealish is in there as well. So, as alongside Mitrovic, I would probably take. This is so difficult. Wagon. Now he's got like 21 goals for this season. I might take Wagon. I can't think of the Wolves attacker. I can't think of his name. So if you know, like, is it Jota or someone? I can't think of his name. I would have him, but I can't think of his name, so I'd have to go for the only one that I can't remember right now on the spot. Well, obviously I can remember others, but Wagon with his goals. But if I could think of his name, it would be the Wolves striker 100%. Reece Ward, also before I start this, he did want a shout out, so there you go. Shout out to Reece Ward, go and subscribe to him. He says, who do you want Butter to sign in the summer window? Obviously I break this down into two, so just, well, I say I break into two questions, but who do you want Butter to sign in the who do you want Butter to sign in the summer? Oh my dear, if I can actually speak. Who do you want Butter to sign in the summer window? Mo Besic is one that I want to see sign. I know Everton only want 8 million for him. That's what I've heard. If that's all he is, then get that guy signed straight away. I'd love to see Maddison come to Borough. I would love to see Jack Grealish. Like I say, man, there's a lot of players out there that I'd like to see come. But I say one in particular would be more Besic. I'd love to see him be an official Borough player. It'd be great. Second part of the question is, and who do you think will go? Well, I say, man, there's a handful of players that I think might leave if they get the offers. I like Adama Traore. Obviously, we've been seeing rumours that he might be going for 30 million to Chelsea. It's big money in this Championship game. That 30 million on Borough, given that. Do we take it? Do we not? I think he might go anyway. Ben Gibson, he could be out the door. Fabio, could be going back to Brazil? Could he find a team there? Maybe. Randolph, could he go if he dropped down from the Premier League and obviously come to the Championship? Might have only hoped that he's in the Championship for one season. Yeah, I say, but I say I think there's a handful of players I've just named that I think maybe going, maybe stay. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see how it pans out. Ben Goodall says best player this season. I did say Mo Besic and I got slated for it, but that's because I thought this half of the season that he's joined, I thought he's been fantastic. Adama Traore has been a decent player as well. I thought Ayala is obviously, I know he mucked up on open day, but he's been fantastic as well. But for me, the standout one, well, I say, apart from Mo Besic, has been Darren Randolph in goal, £5 million swoop, absolute bargain. Yeah, I love Dan Randolph. He's been absolutely solid. I know he's let goals in, but every goalkeeper makes mistakes and lets goals in. But yeah, for me, he's been solid. Yes, it would be Darren Randolph for me is one of the. Well, I should say, well, because it was more best but again, it would be Darren Randolph. Butterfan123 says best Borough strip from over the years. I have quite a lot of favourite ones. I like the one that was white, 888.com. It was in blue. That one, 888.com. The white one, I like that one a lot. I obviously had the red trim up here. Which other ones? I mean, I say, man, I like the few. I like the blue one, the blue and black one that went down. I like that one as well. But probably last season's away one, which obviously a lot of people didn't like. I do like this one, to be fair. I like the home one. I thought this one was quite nice. But the one that I probably do like the most, probably last year's away one, and it had all the sort of like blue, different shades of blue going up like a V sort of colour there. I should just say V sort of shape. So probably the blue one from away last season. I like that one a lot, to be honest. That's the one, probably one of my favourites. Ethan Rigg says, will Ben Gibson and Adama leave? Now, I've heard a rumour. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard a rumour that Ben Gibson and Adama Traore are already planning on going to West Ham together. So I don't know if they're going to go to West Ham. That's all I've heard. I've only heard it from one person, but he's a pretty good source. And I've heard that them two could potentially going to West Ham. So I'd say we'll see how that one plays out. I hope they don't go, but I say all I've heard at the minute is that they are maybe going to West Ham, but I do hope they both stay because, like I say, we do need them for next season. Next one comes in from, when I can find it, Nathan 050604. He asked me two questions, but I'll say the first one first. Best away day in terms of atmosphere, in your opinion, this season? I'd say Derby away, without doubt. I mean, I was going to say Preston, but Derby away was, in terms of atmosphere, was unbelievable. So Derby away for me was, it was just, I mean, even at one point I was just stood still like this. And the concrete obviously beneath your feet. And I looked out to, I think my voice broke a bit then. I looked out to all the Borough fans because I was sat on the corner. So I looked over at the Borough fans. You see the whole ground was just shaking. Yeah, Derby away was a special atmosphere. Obviously, great result. Yeah, what atmosphere that was in that stadium. Obviously afternoon, fantastic. Second part of his one, he says best ground you visited this season and worst. Well, worst one I've visited probably be Brentford. I know it's an all-star football stadium, but it didn't really have much of a concourse or anything. Yeah, I thought Brentford was a bit of a dump. I don't mean to be harsh on Brentford fans, but I mean it's cornered in around a lot of hours. I know it's an old football ground, but I didn't personally really enjoy going to that stadium. Of course, I would go there for a play again because obviously I support the Borough, but I wouldn't say it's my most favourite stadium to ever go to in my life. My most favourite one, you see, I'm a big fan of Bolton Stadium. I really like going to the well. I know it's got a new stadium now, but I always call it the Reebok Stadium, obviously Bolton. I like that stadium a lot, to be honest. I don't mind Derby. I think Derby's an alright stadium as well. It's a pretty smart stadium. I thought Cardiff was a really nice ground. Cardiff's the first time I've been to Cardiff this season. And I thought it was a really, really, really nice stadium. So yeah, I think for me, it'd probably have to be Bolton. I think Bolton. Like I say, I really like Bolton Stadium. And I'm glad they stayed up as well. Really, really like Bolton Stadium. Kean Finn 78 says 3 realistic signings for next season. 3 realistic ones. Well, like I say, the first one on top of my head would be Madison from Norwich. I'd love to see him coming for Borough. He's a fantastic player. I really, really want to see him. If I'm talking about, as I say, because I don't know if he'll be able to attract many Premier League players down to the Championship. Like I say, I don't know unless the players are getting a bit older. To apologise. But like I say, I'd love to see Madison come in. I'd love to see an out-and-out goal scorer. I'm not trying to diss ours. I just think, you know what I mean, towards these last couple of big games, you know what I mean, our players didn't really step up into the strike force. So yeah, I mean, maybe he's a different striker. Obviously I'll probably take a Cameron Jerome sort of type player, someone that can create a chance in the box. And I'll take a defender. See, I would love to see the likes of Sean Morrison or Conor Cody come to Middlesbrough. I think them two centre backs are fantastic. So if Ben Gibson did go, I'd love to see a Sean Morrison or a Conor Cody to replace them. I really, really would. Next one says George. He's called George Johnston, and he says, "Who do you think Pulis will bring in the summer?" There's talk that he's going to bring in a few West Brom players. We've heard that he's going to bring in the likes of Dawson, Morrison, Brunt. So I would like to see James Morrison back. I would take James Morrison back at the Borough, 100% I would. I'm not too sure on Dawson. He's a good player, but I don't know if I'd take him. And Brunt, I don't want Brunt at all from West Brom. I personally don't rate the guy. But in terms of who do I want to see Pulis bring in, obviously with him bring in, I would happily take Morrison back tomorrow. I really like Morrison, really big fan of his. Con Davis says, worst signing we have ever made, and the best signing we've ever made. Well, the worst one. There's been a few dodgy ones, but for me, Alfonso Alves, I know he scored a few goals for us, but that guy, man, nah. Alfonso Alves, what was he, 12.5 million or something like that? Nah, listen, I didn't rate that guy. Hated watching him playing in a Butter shirt. Yeah, Alfonso Alves. I think the best one. I think the best one's hard to say because as much as I love Janino, Ravanelli was here, Emerson was here, but I think our best one it's got to be Janino without a shadow of a doubt. I think he was a fantastic player. The things he brought to our game, or should I say our team, he was a fantastic player. So probably Janino. John Naylor, he's asked. He asked 2 questions as well, but let's get these ones. I'll get these ones out now as soon as I can see them. And he says, who should we sell? Well, like I say, man, I'm not Tony Pulis, but like I say, who should put a sell? I mean, for me, I know a lot of people like him, but Rudiger Stead, I don't really rate the guy. I know he's got a few goals, but it doesn't really do for me, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of him. And like I say, man, probably a few more I can think of off the top of my head, but the first one, sadly, I know I shouldn't be saying it. I think the likes of Marvin Johnson will probably get sold as well, which is a shame. But yeah, like I say, there's a fair few out there that I don't think will be here. His next one is most disappointing signing from this season. Flipping heck. I say I love Martin Braithwaite, but he obviously doesn't think he's going to come back now, so it possibly could be Martin Braithwaite as our most disappointing one because he came, he had all that hype, he was a good player, and then he got dished out on loan, so maybe it's him. And the last one says, who should we buy the season? Like I say, man, I've already named a few. Like I say, James Morrison, Madison, Conor Cody, them sort of players I like to come, obviously like to see come in. But yeah, guys, it's been the Q&A, end of season Q&A. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you again during the week for another video. You guys take care. Up the butter.